Hi, everyone. Ron Perry here, talking business, career, life, and maybe a few other things along the way. If you've been following my channel, which it's a new channel, I only have a couple of YouTubes up. I do have some shorts posted from just having fun with my dog Cooper. And if you've looked at a couple of those shorts, that's him right over my shoulder there, laying in front of the fireplace on the ottoman. And what I wanted to do today with this video is really break down more of what you want to be thinking about in terms of starting your own small business. Now, I started my small business after I lost my job recently, and I really should have done it sooner. And that's the one mistake that I would encourage you not to make. The sooner you get started, the better off you're going to be. Because if you're serious about starting a small business or getting out, not having to go into an employer, doing your own thing, getting out of the house, maybe you're a stay at home parent, whatever it is, I encourage you to get started now. Don't procrastinate like I did. I had actually thought about my business several years ago, and for me, it was a bookkeeping business, which is all over the internet these days. But I've actually been a financial controller, been in accounting and bookkeeping and finance for a long time. So it was a natural transition for me. And more importantly, I like doing it. And that's an important piece of the puzzle is not only do you need to pick something and think through it, but you got to enjoy doing what you're going to be doing if you're starting a small business. If you're on the fence and you're like, well, I like baking, but I don't love baking, but baking I can do for my house and it sounds easy and I can get started right away and start selling cakes, but you don't love it, you're going to have a hard time making that business really successful because at some point when you're into it and you're committing labor and resources and your days are long and you have deadlines and you have to deliver cakes, then all of a sudden the business becomes real. And you better hope that you love it and that you're making money at it. And so if you haven't thought through that, that's important because it's hard to be successful at something you don't really love doing. And for myself, bookkeeping, I do really enjoy it. I wouldn't say I love it, but I really enjoy it. And it was an easy transition for me. Now, for you, it doesn't have to be an easy transition. You might have a skill set, a trade, some knowledge that other people don't have and that you want to share and start a small business. And that's awesome. But the other thing to keep in mind is that you want to make sure it's something, not just a business that you enjoy doing, but it fits your lifestyle. Right. So an example would be if you love working from home and that's what you do now for an employer, because you like being with the animals and the kids, and cooking dinner for a partner or a spouse or your family and kids, whatever it is, then you don't want to start a small business where you have to be on the road, right? So if I stay at home and I really love being at home with my work, my employer, and I'm going to start a small business, I should probably be starting a small business where I can stay at home. I don't want to have to go out and start a courier business. I don't want to be on the road. I don't want to be in traffic. I don't want to be late home. I don't want to, fight the normal headaches of rush hour and that kind of stuff. And I get all that. Just like if you're a skilled tradesman, then you kind of have to go out. And hopefully you enjoy doing that. And if you're really good at it, then you have to leave the house. You can't execute your business without getting in your van or truck or car or whatever it is and going to locations to perform your services. And so there's different considerations. There's lots of small businesses you can start from home and lots of awesome businesses that won't work from home. And so, but what you want to do is think about your history and your skill set and bring it alive and not wait, not just keep putting it off. Really dive in and think through those things that you enjoy doing or that you have a passion for, that you have a skill set for. For me, bookkeeping made sense. I'm also working on the YouTube channel. I don't know how successful it'll be, but it's been pretty fun kind of making these and getting going. I've learned a ton in a very short period of time. If I had just started this 3 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago, I'd be way ahead of the curve, but I kept putting it off. I wanted to do it, but I just always found something else to do, something more important or downtime. I was working a lot and I'd get home right at weekends. I wouldn't feel like doing any of this or doing the research, and I kept putting it off. And that's the one thing that can really hurt you is that procrastination, putting off for tomorrow what you can do today. And if it's regarding a small business and you're thinking about the next chapter of your life, now is the time to start. Reach inside, find the grit, find the time and put a few hours a week in. Make it something that you're thinking about every day for a few, doing a little daydream about what would I really enjoy doing right now. If I were on my own and were financially independent, what would I enjoy? Well, not financially independent, but you were financially able to leave your employer and do something else, then what would that look like? What would it look like with with people in your life, your family, your spouse, your kids, or whatever? And if you're by yourself and single, like I am, then that may look different. So these are considerations on the early considerations of getting your business started. What do you want to do? We will jump into more detail because there's a lot more to starting a small business and changing careers and doing all that. And I can honestly, I've done all that and can speak to it at length. And I'll share some of that. So I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Please subscribe or like or all those things that help build a channel. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you soon.